Brent Heironimus, Heironimus. So my background was actually in hospitality. I've been to culinary school and worked in the hospitality industry for most of my life. The farm got started. My dad was in construction, and they went to California for a cousin's bat mitzvah. And anyway, Mom ended up getting sick out there, and he had to shut his construction business down. Full stories on our website if you want to read the whole detailed thing. Anyway, needless to say, they came back. Dad started farming. Our family owned this land. Dad started farming to give him something to do while he take care of Mom. And then I was working nights and weekends in a country club at a time, and just getting tired of just, you know, nights and weekends just starting to wear on me. And I saw a business opportunity here in our local area because no one else was growing on any kind of scale organically. So I saw the business opportunity and decided to come back and give it a shot farming. The big ag has been pushed on us since World War II when chemicals came about for chemical warfare. Thus, what do you do when war's over? You use chemicals to kill anything else you don't want. Dose it down to kill bugs and weeds and whatever. So, but it also ends up killing the land with the salts and different things that used to make this, the petroleum products, the different chemicals. But through regenerative ag and feeding the soil and taking care of the soil, the plants are actually healthier, more nutritional dense. And I don't want my family or people we supply in the local community eating chemicals. We're around enough refineries as it is, so why do we want to put more in our bodies? It is a little more intensive in knowing how your soils work and paying attention to things versus just dumping a triple 13 fertilizer. But partnering with MicroLife has been great on helping us be able to get good, high quality liquid fertilizers and pelleted fertilizers to help supply our soils with the proper micronutrients. So on the farm, we grow seasonally with the weather. As you can see, we're standing in our tomato house. There's about 550 tomato plants in here. It's one of our main crops. When the cool weather season, we grow more lettuce, leafy greens, anything in the Nebraska family, some alliums, and things like that. In the summer, you got okra, squash, eggplant, peppers, tomatoes are a big crop. Also, cut flowers are another of our major crops we do. So the seasonal with that, all the cool weather flowers. We love snapdragons, zinnias, sunflowers, cosmos, celosias, bells of iron. A lot of the cool weather flowers that people like or haven't seen in our area because no one can grow them without, having greenhouses really helps do that. Yeah, so we've got some goats right now. They're friends of ours. We're raising them up, grass-fed goats. From there, we're going to help build their cheese operation up. So we're taking on their wethers and raising them up as meat goats for personal consumption for us and help keeps the grass down. We used to carry a bunch of chickens, but we used to run about 300 egg layers, but we just had to scale back. Couldn't only do so much. So we're mainly a vegetable and a flower farm, but we also have 2 corgis. I'm working on training somewhat to herd the goats just as a fun hobby, and then we have 2 livestock guardian dogs that help protect the farm. MicroLife product-wise, we use mainly the 624 for our granular and the Humate Plus. We also use the hybrid. We found it works well in our soils after talking with Ryan about it. We're high in potassium here, and potassium is not a water-soluble product. So we've developed a little 10-0-10 we mixed together between the hybrid and the Humate Pluses and a little extra potash to give us a good fertilizer. Then also we have a drum of the Ocean Harvest and the Maxi Bloom. We liquid feed our fertilizer house with the Maxi Bloom and the Ocean Harvest, depends on the time of year. And then we also use the Ocean Harvest as a microdoser for our seedling starts to give them the proper nutrients so they grow well. So we're a direct-to-consumer sales farm. So we have our on-farm market, which is open Thursdays and Fridays, 2 to 6 at the farm. And then we also have the Beaumont Farmers Market every Saturday, 8 to 11. And the Riverfront Farmers Market in Port Neches is every other weekend. We sell at those 4 locations. We also just started working with Central City Co-op to help distribute into Houston some of our tomatoes and other products seasonally with that. So goals with the farm, I'd like to see it grow a little more, but it takes time to develop consumer awareness. People know what's seasonal, what's in season, what's not. Can't expect tomatoes and certain things year round. Just because our growing climate is semi-tropical in a sense, and it gets very hot here. I like to see the farm grow more and have even a better relationship with the community, and people know they can come shop with us, not just when it's tomato season, when they can, year round, learn how to eat locally. And the farm really become its own thing. So it's a mecca of teaching and people how to grow locally in our climate, because it's tough down here. We're swampy, we're humid, we're hot, and it's not for everybody here. But let people know, it can be done on on a decent scale, and you can make a good living at it. It's something people need to know. That's a tough one, it really is. I mean, there's a lot of things that can be done. Changes wise, maybe getting away from more. There is a place for conventional and certain things and doing things, but also just knowing there's other alternatives besides just pouring chemicals on your fertilizer and growing tomatoes, cucumbers, and squash. There's other plants that can be grown. I mean, buying local is better. You keep your money in your economy. Spend some cash with your farmers. It may cost $1 more, but we're trying to make a living and pay a good wage to our employees. And people realize that food's not cheap. It's been subsidized so bad by the government that, and a hamburger's $1 and a bell pepper costs you $1.50. It's tough when you compete against that, and people think food should be cheap. Just because you buy from a farmer doesn't mean he's selling it to you, for nothing. He's got to make a living. Cost of inputs have gone up tremendously since COVID for things. So which has caused us to, what used to take, say, $3 we spend $3 to make $1. Now we're spending $4 or $5 to make that same dollar, but no one's willing to pay more for that price of those inputs. Whereas the grocery store, their margins are 30% regardless. So the farmer gets paid the same price, but they're making more money on it. So more money back into farmers' pockets directly. So buying from us directly, eating seasonally, knowing what's in season, developing a relationship with your farmers is something that could really benefit Americans. Start gardening. If you want to start farming, just put something in the ground. Go talk to and if you get a local good feed store, go to the farmers market, talk to the farmers. We always love having people come out. We show you around, but come volunteer. It may not be weekends, it may have to be during the week sometimes. If you're off, find an off day, go work with the farmer, see what it's like. It's not for everybody. It's hard work. You're going to sweat. You're going to work odd hours all day. You may have to go out in the middle of the night and make sure your heaters are running to keep your plants warm. But it's very rewarding. You get to go from an itty bitty seed to these giant tomato plants, in a matter of a couple months. So, yeah, just start growing things. Don't be afraid. You're gonna mess up. The only difference between me and someone who's starting out is I've killed a lot more plants and heard a lot more, done a lot more mistakes and learned from it. So just be willing to learn. Don't stress about it, because there's no point. You already got enough stress in farming as it is, but you're going to make mistakes, and just learn from them. And then reach out to local farmers who grow and let them, they love answering questions and mentoring people on how to grow things. She's cruel, but she's cruel, but she can be cruel. We are on the Gulf Coast, so it is challenging. Hurricane season, things like that you deal with. We've got these 5 hoop houses we can strip them down in a day, but it takes a week a piece to put the plastic back on them. So there's nuances to farming that you kind of love and grow with, ebbs and flows of farming, seasonality wise, but yeah, you learn to work with Mother Nature, not against her. Go with what she provides, and just take what you can get, and hope for a better tomorrow and keep going. So DonnasFarm.com is our website, but also Instagram and Facebook at Donna's Farm. You can follow us there. We try and post regularly what's available, what's going on at the farm, give you an insight of what we do every day. If you have any questions, reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram. We'll be happy to try and answer any question we can for you.